Shout out to the chat. Shout out to these YouTube streets. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa, 914, Westchester County, New York. Going live right now. Coming to you with another live video. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my support team. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to some of my YouTube creators. Shout out to everyone. I know it's late. Everyone. It's Monday morning now. It is Monday morning, December the 22nd. It is Monday morning. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Christmas is this week. So it is what it is. Another stupid holiday getting ready to be celebrated unnecessarily. Shout out to the chat. These YouTube streets is really something, y'all. But it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all. It doesn't. Shout out. I got this thing for broken glass. I got like a whole bunch of shorts about broken glass, but I'm going to show y'all something. And I'm going to show you something very quickly. Hold on. This ought to be fun. So shout out to the YouTube streets. So I've been doing some work on doing some of my short videos for my channel. I've been doing a little bit of work on the short videos, and some of the videos I post on my community wall. And it's a reality of what I said about this is not Bus Life sector. This sector doesn't even belong to Soda Nation anymore. This is the queen of the damned sector. This is the queen of the damn sector. I don't care if nobody agrees with that or not. Because I find it very interesting and very disheartening when you look on the YouTube streets and you see in your face, and you can't deny it. You can't deny what you see. Nothing is an illusion. Everything that you see, everything that you hear, you see it, pay attention to it. You understand that there is a herd mentality in the sector, a cult life thinking pattern going on in some people's heads. Shout out to the chat. Some people are comfortable moving in a group to go after one person. And I've seen it done over and over and over again in the sector. And to me, it's disgusting. Whether I like you or not, to gang up on one person is disgusting. I don't care what the reasons are. I don't care what the reasons are. People want to talk about people telling lies. Well, what about the people doxing people on these YouTube streets? Huh? What about that? Because a lot of you associate yourselves with people that dox. And we didn't have any of these problems until who came to this fucking sector? Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown. He is the common denominator of everything going wrong in this fucking sector. Now, people are going to be people. People are going to be people regardless of what or who or who's influencing anyone. But certain people on this app, I take what they say with a grain of salt. Because I remember who was rocking out with Kwame Brown when he first came to this fucking sector. And you can't hide your hand. There's no hiding. Everybody remembers. Shout out to the chat. And you would think once people separated themselves from him, that his influence over them would have ended, would have died. But I see it hasn't. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to these YouTube streets. It's a little after 12:30 at night. Well, it's early morning. I was asleep earlier. I went to bed a little early. And I said to myself, I better lay down now because I know in a few more hours I'm going to have to rise again and participate in my own life. Shout out to the chat. I find it very amazing that people be, in the state that they're in their minds. When we got racist motherfuckers on this fucking app who's trying to make everyone's life a living, breathing hell. I find it very interesting that no one is mentioning the real elephant in the fucking room. No one is mentioning the real elephant in the motherfucking room. We got motherfuckers that dox motherfuckers. We got motherfuckers cyberbullying motherfuckers. We got motherfuckers cyber stalking, cyber harassment, and we got these racist pieces of shit running all over these YouTube streets. But no one wants to talk about the elephant in the room, but you want to gang up on another person. A black person at that. Female. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. Shout out to the chat. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. And I'm saying it out of my mouth. I don't have to go and hit nobody's link. See, that's one thing I don't have to do over here. I don't have to go to nobody's channel and start hitting links and just be up there all day, every day, saying absolutely nothing. This country is going down in the toilet. And you learn about a person, a stranger on the YouTubes doing this and that. But what about what's going on in real life? Shout out to the chat. A lot of you won't even confront what's going on in real life, in real time, in your fucking face, every fucking day. I haven't heard anyone in this sector talk about anything of substance. Everyone that has come here and gone live today has talked about tonteria, a bunch of garbage, worthless, low vibration, pathetic dweeb, bullshit. When we got real problems going on in this country, I guess people got a fishbowl memory. Because 2 weeks ago, the government decided it wanted to shut down their food stamp program. 42 million people didn't have food in their house. Shout out to the chat. They had to go elsewhere, and the price of food is going up every fucking day. The price of rent is going up every fucking day. They were charging us tax money on a government that shut down. So every time them dweebs over there in Washington want to have a temper tantrum or don't want to do their fucking job and shut down the government, but they still charging me and you tax. Shout out to the chat. Because the last time I looked, my paycheck didn't go up no higher. Okay? And I feel sorry for people that's actually on a salary and something would have happened to their job. You know what I mean? Everyone is living on the brink of destruction. And they're worried about some bullshit, some gossip, some empty gossip on a fucking YouTube. It's fucking disgusting. You get up in the morning. I'm not worrying about what's going on YouTube. I'm worrying about what's going on in real fucking life. If I'm going to be able to pay where I'm staying at, that's what I'm worried about. That's my only concern. My concern is not about a fucking holiday called Christmas or a fucking holiday called Thanksgiving. All these stupid ass holidays, all you dumbass niggas be celebrating every fucking year like a bunch of mindless zombies. A lot of you were zombies way before KB came to this fucking sector. A lot of you. A lot of you are part of the 85%. You're mindless and your followers, your sheeple. And you want to worry about what this one over there said. How that one looked. What kind of car that person got. What kind of house they live in. What kind of money they got in their fucking bank account. When you should be worrying about a fucking government that want to see all y'all asses dead. The government shuts down, that means they want to see you shut down. A few years ago, there was a storm called Hurricane Katrina. A storm called Hurricane Katrina. People were dying. People were drowned. People were going to the stores and looting. They called what the white people were doing was survival, and what the black people were doing, they called them criminals. Nobody talks about that. We had foreign countries that wanted to give money to the people that suffered under what Hurricane Katrina did to them. You know, this government turned it down. Your government don't want you to fucking live, but nobody's talking about that. Shout out to the chat. Let's get real with the real shit. All this pretend shit. All this illusion shit. All this mirror shit. None of that matters. What about what's going on in real fucking life? We got children dying every fucking day. They are victims of child abuse. Nobody in this fucking sector is talking about it. Everybody is quiet. Everyone is silent. But when it comes to gossiping about another human being or someone they don't fucking know, someone that is not paying their rent, someone that's not putting groceries in their house, someone that's not putting clothes on your back, they're not doing anything for you, but you want to gossip about them. Shout out to the chat. The government is the fucking enemy, especially for the black community, and everybody needs to start talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. Shout out to the chat. And that's real. We all like movies. We all like to be entertained. We like gossip. But how far are you going to live in a pretend world, a gossiping world, a world of tonteria, and the enemy is all around you? Hurricane Hugo happened years ago. It was a lot of devastation that happened to the people that suffered under Hurricane Hugo. I'm just naming two storms. The government refused any type of foreign aid to be given to the people that suffered under Hurricane Hugo. No one asks questions. No one asks the people in Congress why they're being jackasses, but they're collecting money every day. They're stuffing money in their fucking pockets. They're getting richer and you're getting poorer, and you can't even feed yourself. You can't clothe yourself. A lot of you are going to be homeless at the end of this month, the end of this fucking year. Shout out to the chat. Nobody's talking about that. No one's talking about that. All they want to do is gossip, gossip, gossip. Gobble, gobble, gobble about what someone else is doing. A stranger. If the person is not doxing you, if they're not cyberbullying you, they're not stalking you, they're not trying to find out where you live and trying to destroy your life, you shouldn't worry about them. That person is not the enemy. If they're not doxing you, if they're not fucking with you in a way like that, it is what it is. Let's talk about what happened a few years ago, right here in Charleston, South Carolina, downtown Charleston, South Carolina, where a white piece of shit racist walked into the church and killed 9 people. Killed 9 fucking people. We got shit to worry about like that. My sister-in-law, God bless the dead, was murdered 2011. Her and 3 of her children murdered. It happened years ago, but that shit is still fresh on my mind. Who did it? How it was done? And people want to talk about people on fucking YouTube. I'm worrying about my real enemies in real fucking life, real time. Motherfuckers walking around thinking everything's sweet. It ain't sweet. Shout out to the chat. It's really getting on my nerves. Nobody's talking about police brutality. I guess everybody forgot about Sandra Bland. Everybody want to talk about George Floyd. What about Sandra Bland? Nobody talk about that story anymore. We got a lot of government corruption going on. We got a Vatican, a religious order that is getting rich off of the suffering of people. They haven't paid for their sins. They have not paid for their crimes yet, but everybody not worrying about that. I guess it's easier to point a finger at a stranger that you don't know on the YouTubes. I guess that's easier. Because you're hiding behind a computer, you're typically typing, but you're not really doing anything. You're not really confronted with that person. So you think it's okay, but it's not okay. I'm talking about the real shit that happens in real life, in real time. Shout out to the chat. Good morning. For the person that's in this room, thank you for coming in. I know it's early. I went to sleep earlier. And I got up. And I said to myself, I'm not really concerned about too much what people are doing too much on the YouTube. It's just entertainment. If I want to be entertained, I'll turn on a fucking movie. That's what the free movies are for. And that's what Tubi is for. That is what Netflix is for. That's what Lifetime is for. Shout out to the chat. I watched a movie not too long ago where the storyline of the movie was there was a young girl that was born. The grandfather didn't want the young girl in the house. So what did he do? He wrapped her up in a blanket. He took her out. He was trying to sell her. The cops showed up. He pulled off to the side of the road. He was ducking the cops because he was a bootlegger. He was selling booze during prohibition. Shout out to the chat. He put the baby down on the side of the road in the fucking rain. He abandoned the child. He left. A black woman came by. An older black woman came by. She saw the baby. She picked the baby up. She took the baby in the house. She cleaned the baby. She fed the baby. She sang to the baby. She put a small necklace on the baby's neck, wrapped the baby up, took the baby back to the grandparents' house, and left a note and said, I'm watching you, and so is God. That little girl grew up being abused by her own family. They were trying to pimp her out at the age of 14. She ran back to the place that she called home. That older black woman and her husband, and she told him, she said, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. I can't stay here. I will be destroyed. I will be ruined. What did they do? They gave her all the money that saved up. And the young woman, along with her soldier boyfriend, left town. that young girl, that young lady went to a different city, a different place, a different time. She got older. She got married. She had a child of her own. She was successful. But she had to go back to the past to show her daughter, look where I came from. Look where I came from. And she said the mother that birthed her in this world wasn't truly her mother. It was the black woman that helped raise her from a little girl until the time she was basically grown. Shout out to the chat. Family is the worst. Family is your biggest enemy. And a lot of people on this app, I know it's eating them up that they can't talk about their family in disparaging terms or disparaging words. I can. I have no problem telling you I come from dirtbag motherfuckers. I got no problem opening my mouth about those people's sins and my own sins. That's right. That those without sin cast the first stone. And a lot of you on this app got a whole lot of sins. Shout out to the chat. It's okay to be entertained. It's okay to laugh. But when are y'all gonna get serious? I mean, we got some really good YouTube creators in the sector, very smart, very intelligent, can comprehend, they can read above a 6th grade level. They have experienced certain things in life, and you want to talk about another YouTube creator. Wow. Wow. That's content. Huh? That's content? I was searching on the YouTubes earlier, and I found this song, and it's on YouTube, and the name of the song is I Have No Content. Y'all need to go find that YouTube creator. It's 2 of them. It's 2 of them that joined together. They wrote a song, and the song is on the YouTubes, and it's called I Have No Content. A lot of you need to go and look at that video. Listen to the words. Listen to the lyrics. Find out the lyrics of that song. Get some content. Shout out to the chat, because ganging up on one person, 2 people, ain't going to do it for me. Because if I hear too much of it, I'm shutting that shit off. And I can play me a fucking movie. Shout out to the chat. Thank you for coming in. Good morning to you. Good morning. So I was watching another video, and I watch a lot of ASMR videos. I watch a lot of that. And I said, wow, these people, and they got thousands and thousands of subscribers. And it is very rare that some of these content creators on YouTube actually go live. A lot of times their videos are uploads. They're recorded, pre-recorded videos, but they get the job done. And when these people do go live, trust me, they don't even have to say anything. And their people are right there. Their people are right there, and the chat is going very fast. There's another young lady, another YouTube creator, on this platform. Very good. She does a lot of old celebrity gossip. I remember when she first came to the YouTube streets. She came in 2020. Ashley Says So. She's a very good YouTuber. Recently, she's been doing a lot of live videos. But when she go live, she usually goes live to, talk about current events or talk about something that's going on in her life. But I've been knowing this woman on this platform for years. Shout out to her. I enjoy when she does her videos. I don't feel personally attacked when she does her videos. Because you got some people that speak subliminally. You got a lot of followers, but you speak subliminally. You see me typing in your chat, you going to speak to me, but really, on the real, you be like, damn, let me say these words, because Arabia just walked in. Don't say, because as soon as I think, guess what? I'm going to shut you off and go somewhere else. That's exactly what the fuck I do, because I don't have to listen to your garbage. They got a lot of homophobic people on this app. And when you tell them they're homophobic, immediately they want to say, I'm not homophobic. That's not true. But every day they talking about what a homosexual is doing. Half of the people in this sector are homosexuals. Half of the people in the sector are homosexuals. Hiding in a heterosexual relationship, hiding in a fucking marriage, hiding behind a girlfriend, hiding behind a boyfriend, hiding behind their children, hiding behind their grandchildren, hiding in plain sight. I see the LGBTQ all over you. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to say much. If I wanna revisit my early days of the LGBTQ experience, only thing I gotta do is pick up a phone and make a phone call. Or turn on a video where the young men and the young women are voguing. But there's a history behind all the ballroom activity. There's a history behind all that. A lot of you don't know the fucking history. Shout out to the chat. A lot of you don't know that the LGBTQ community was once divided on racial lines, and it's still happening to today. The LGBTQ community has a lot of division in it. And a lot of you don't know that. All you see is a bunch of men voguing. All you see is a bunch of men dressed up in women clothing, or women dressed up as men. You don't see the real deal. You don't see the pain with that. A few years ago, a lot of transsexuals were being murdered. Nobody talks about that. But everybody wants to talk about who's lying and who got money and who got a car and who got a house and or what their girlfriend look like or who their husband or where their children go to school. We got motherfuckers on this app doxing people who got children going to school-age children. We got motherfuckers on this app doxing where those children go to school at. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that. Shout out to the chat. Nobody's talking about how they sit around a 7-foot piece of shit named Kwame Brown, how they sitting around him, giving him money. This man is a millionaire. He don't need your fucking money. You fucking dopes. Dummies. Stupid people. You got motherfuckers on this app, in this sector, talking about they don't like veterans. But when I look up into their chat, they got a bunch of veterans in there. So these veterans don't hear that they're being disrespected. They're giving their money to this person that disrespect them. How stupid is that? Shout out to the chat. You got some real empty-headed fools. I'm not going to call them clowns, fools in this sector. Shout out to the chat. Real life shit going on out in the world. 42 million people wasn't able to eat 2-3 weeks ago. Everyone got a fishbowl memory. Everyone forgot about that. Shout out to the chat. We got social workers in our sector. I don't never hear them talking about the social work that they do. The biz that they do every day, all day. What they got to put up with. Overpay. I mean, not overpay, but overwork and very little money coming in. We got a broken child welfare system, a broken foster care system, a broken adoption system in this country. We got children dying. We got children that are being abused in this country. No one in this sector is talking about it. We got all these social workers. We got all these therapists. We got all these people that are connected to family court, but I don't hear them talking about family court. I don't hear them doing anything. I don't see them putting up a video about that. But they want to talk about what another YouTuber is doing. What another YouTuber said. Whether that person went to jail or not. Nobody gives a fuck. Let's give a fuck about our future. Because those abused children are going to fucking grow up. And they're going to remember that nobody spoke up for them. That's what they're going to fucking remember. But that's a nightmare for some of you. Because a lot of you were abused as children. And instead of you talking about it, you laugh about it. You make jokes about it. You're stupid and you're dumb. And you should talk about your pain. But you don't. You hide behind laughter and gossip. That's what you do. Shout out to the chat. Good morning. I see we got more people in the building. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Shout out to you. I hope you had a good weekend. And I hope you have a happy holiday. But while all of you are celebrating the holiday, you better realize what's getting ready to happen in the next few months. We got motherfucking robots. Motherfucking robots taking over certain jobs. Taking over the job market like it's nothing. People are computerizing these things to take your job away from you. In a few more years, when you call an Uber, it won't be a person driving. The car will be driving itself. See, they told these things to you years ago on the TV screens. You remember that show Knight Rider? Remember how Kit used to drive around by himself without Michael in the car? He didn't need Michael. He didn't need Michael to drive around. Shout out to the chat. They were showing you then. They don't fucking need you. A robot doesn't get tired. A robot doesn't need a lunch break. A robot doesn't need to have a cigarette break. A robot doesn't get sick. A robot can work overtime. A robot don't necessarily ever have to get off the clock. A lot of you don't think. You don't think your job is in jeopardy. It is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. And that's real. That's real talk right there. A lot of people not prepared. They're not prepared for realness. I want to show y'all something. This man, I want to show you him. Do you know who this is? The man in that picture, his name is Stanley Tookie Williams. A lot of you don't know who he is. He is the co-founder of the Crip Nation. I can't even call it a gang. I gotta call them a nation. He's the co-founder. He was killed a few years ago in prison. He was executed by the state of California. He was in there on a murder beef. He was in there on a robbery beef. He was there on a life beef. They gave him the death sentence. As he sat in prison, he decided to redeem himself. He wrote children's books. He became an advocate for peace. Everyone visited him, even Winnie Mandela. Shout out to her, rest in peace. They didn't just kill him because of his crimes. They killed him because they couldn't understand how he and another young man had gathered people together to build an organization that was big. They call them gangs, but the real gangs are the police. The real gangs are the correctional officers. We got gangs in Congress, the Democrats and the Republicans. Those are gangs. They are policy makers. We got criminals writing policies, making laws, passing bills that ride over me and you. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. He was a bodybuilder. Did you know that? You can look at his arms and see that. How many of you men in this sector look like Tookie Williams? I'm serious. How many men in this sector got arms like this man? Not too many, huh? He sat in a cell for years, but the man educated himself. And when he got real, he got real. He wrote books. He helped millions of children. He talked about everything. He was an advocate of peace. He was the spokesman. A man sitting behind state penitentiary bars. He knew he would never get out. He knew that. He accepted that. He took responsibility. He was accountable. Shout out to the chat. The Nation of Islam is built on men like Stanley Tookie Williams. That's right. That's right. A lot of people, when they found their path that they wanted to go, they didn't find it in the streets. They didn't find it on YouTube. They didn't find it on social media. They found it by opening up their hearts and listening. That's how they found it. When people say stuff that I don't agree with, or I see something going on, I don't have to tippity type into the chat all the fucking time. Sometimes I could just sit back and fucking listen. And I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to agree. And I'm not going to agree. Ever. My biggest enemy, and it should be your enemy, yeah, that's right. And ain't no fantasy shit neither. That's real. I'm talking about real life. I'll cover current events in a minute. You know what I mean? I'll do that all day. I'll talk about history all day. This is what the YouTube streets are. Broken pieces of glass. Don't need no music, nothing to back this up. And that's real. Because a lot of you on these YouTube streets are like broken pieces of china. You can't put it back together again. So what do? You sweep it up and you put it in the trash can and you tie up the bag and you take it outside to the dumpster area and you dump it. Shout out to the chat. You're being seen as trash. That's why Kwame Brown and Gilbert Arenas see y'all as being trash. Expendable. How many of you over there that were Kwamites are no longer Kwamites? Now you call yourselves by a different name, or you say you stand on your own. Shout out to the chat. But you didn't really stood on your own because you stood on his shoulders. And when you couldn't get what you wanted from him, you turned against him. Shout out to the chat. A lot of you in the sector did that. A lot of you. A lot of you turned against Tommy Sotomayor. So when you joined up with Kwame Brown and he asked all y'all to flag down Tommy's channels, you did it. You did it. But Tommy is back on the YouTube streets. And you can't stop him. Not this time. Let's hope you don't. Because a lot of you are haters. A lot of you are haters. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So basically, you know, I'm in love with me some me. That's right. Cause I know if I don't love me, ain't nobody gonna love me. That's me. Every day, all day. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to these YouTube streets. So yeah, man. Instead of worrying about what somebody on the YouTube said in a video somewhere, people talking about they exposing someone. You exposing how dumb you are. How about that? Because in a few more years, a lot of you gonna be sitting. You're gonna be sitting in a prison somewhere. If you're not dead, a lot of you are gonna be right here. Worrying about prison labor being slavery. A lot of you are already enslaved inside your mind, in your head. A lot of you. See, when I do reaction videos, I show what I want to show. That's right. Yeah, that's me. Once again, wearing a polo hoodie. Polo hoodie. Shout out to the chat. What is that? Simset. Hey, Simset, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in a while. You abandoned me? You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Simset, what's up, yo? It's been a while. Yeah, I thought you was acting like everybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah, I thought you were down with them. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I'm all right, Simset. I'm just doing this video. I'm doing this video so I can let people know what I'm thinking. Yeah, Simset, you've been busy, all right. Busy in other people's chat. Yeah. Sunset, you see this? You see this? You see this? This is what's going on in real life. A real storm happening all around us, and people worrying about people on the YouTubes that are not doxing them, people on the YouTubes that are not beating them up, people on the YouTubes that are not stealing out of their bank account. They worrying about the wrong people, Simset. They need to be worried about this fucking government. The government want to destroy all of us, for real, for real. Shout out to the chat. Some people, watch this video. Watch what he does to. Ooh, Lord. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yo, you see that cat Coco tussled that lady. he was up there meeting the doe, right? I found that video. I discovered a video on Facebook. Yo, he was kneading the dough and she was like standing there watching him. She was smiling. She was like, oh my goodness, I got a good helper. Next thing you know, he turned around, saw her ass standing there. He slapped the shit out of her. He Coco tasseled her. Now that's what I call entertainment. You can't see it? Hold on. You see it now? He slapped the shit. That's entertainment. Now that's pure entertainment. A cat slapping the shit out of that bitch because she's standing there being fucking nosy instead of washing the dishes or sweeping the floor or mopping the floor while he needed the dough for. He trying to help her ass out. She's standing there staring at him smiling. He knocked the shit out of her. He Coco tasseled that. That's what you say, Coco tassel, Coco tassel, Coco tassel. Yo, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I'm glad to see you though, Sim said. It's been a while. Sim said the last time you was in my chat, we was running from the coyote. It was me, you, Mika, and Tamika came a little bit later. Uncle L came a little bit later. Yo, shout out to my walking team. Shout out to the my walking chat members. Dialogue with me TV used to be over here with me a lot. I don't really see him come on over too much. He rather sitting up by other people chat while they gossiping. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yo, we got new YouTube creators outdoing the old YouTube creators. You know, one of my YouTube creators, right? Shout out to her. I seen like a little post that she wrote on, you know how people write stuff like under their video. So I said, I hope you had a wonderful day. And if you didn't have a good day, I hope it gets better. Don't you know she responded and she typed her response and then she did like a little video and it was up under the comment section. I thought that was so cool. I thought that was so neat. And I was trying to figure out how she did that because I want to do shit like that too. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, man. So it's really amazing to me. People worrying about the wrong things when they should be worrying about the right things. Like we got this situation going on right now. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. We got that situation going on right now where people are praying and begging to a God that doesn't hear their prayers. And if he does hear their prayers, he's responding too slowly. I don't mean no harm, you guys. I'm angry with God. I really am. I'm pissed off with him. I don't mean no harm. That is how I fucking feel. I'm angry with God. I am. I'm angry with God. Shout out to the chat. He or she knows exactly why. And it has nothing to do with people dying in my family or my friends passing. It has nothing to do with that. Because I think I've been angry with God for a long time. If this God exists, if this spook God exists, I've been angry with him a long time. And I told him the other day if he was listening or not. I said, I'm mad with you. I'm pissed with you. I'm sick of you. I am, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. You know, a lot of you, shout out to the chat, on these YouTube streets, there's a lot of people in the world that knows from the bottom of their hearts that they're not even supposed to be in existence. They already know they're not even supposed to be breathing. Shout out to the chat. And believe it or not, the world is ruled by people that are angry with this concept of religion. People don't want religion anymore. They want something to believe in, but it ain't religion. It ain't the Christian religion. It ain't the Jewish religion. It ain't Islam. It ain't none of them things. When I was living in New York, the last time I was there, which was a couple of years ago, I lived in this one neighborhood that I just absolutely loved because I was close to everything. I was close to the buses. I was close to the train if I wanted to take the train. I was close to the subway system. I was close to the Bronx. I was close to stores. I was close to the post office. I was close to the check cashing place. I just absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. This is your homegirl, Arabia Bosa. I'm talking about me living in New York, me growing up in New York. And I don't mean no harm. I miss it. I do. Shout out to the chat. I should have never moved back here to South Carolina. For what? For fucking what? If I would have hanged up there in New York a little while longer, I would have still got me another apartment. I would still been all right. I would have been making more money now than what I was making then. I would have been more comfortable, you know what I mean? Around people that are like me. Everybody down here is slow. They're a bunch of zombies. I can't stand these people. I can't stand these people. Shout out to the chat. Word. It is what it is. Birdman was an exception. He was an exception. You know what I mean? He gone now. Now I can say, yeah, I don't like motherfuckers from South Carolina. I ain't never liked them. Child, if I had them, I'm going to tell you like this. If God really want to be my friend, what he will do, he will give me a suitcase and he will put in the suitcase 10, no, not 10, $100,000 so I can move back to New York. That's just startup money. $100,000 in a fucking suitcase. I changed my address real quick. But because of my money situation and how I'm trapped down here because of the money situation, I can't leave South Carolina at all. Shit. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it no more. I want to talk about happy things. I want to talk about something that makes me happy. You know, which is very little. Very little things actually make me happy. You know. Shout out to the chat. But this is what we got going on in this sector. And not everyone in a sector is that a vampire, a ghost, a creep, a weirdo, a macundu, a payaso, a mentiroso, a pendejo, el vato. Not everyone is that. We got some really good people in this sector, but they're being drowned out by all the assholes, by all the jerks. You're being drowned out. Shout out to the chat. We got new YouTube creators. They're out here. They're doing content. Shout out to them. They're trying to build their channel. And they're using their own talents. And their talent is not gossiping about another human being. I don't give a fuck if someone in the sector tells falsehoods or stories. I don't care about that, because we got people, we got politicians, policy makers, lawmakers that are making laws every day, and they're a bunch of liars. They're a bunch of corrupt creeps. They're taking bribe money to pass some of these stupid ass laws. Why you think Trump is in the fucking White House? Because all this lobbyist money that was floating around. That's why. They paid for him to be there. Shout out to the chat. The people that been running this fucking country. Damn. The people that killed Martin Luther King. Damn. The people that killed Malcolm X. Damn. The people that shot down and killed Clarence 13X, a.k.a. Father Allah. The people that deported Marcus Garvey. The people that went after Fannie Lou Hamer for registering to vote. The people that put Eartha Kitt out of this fucking country because she spoke up against the Vietnam War. The people that hunted Asanta Shakur for years and years on a crime that she didn't commit. The woman ran from the United States, New Jersey, and went to Cuba. She lived out the rest of her life. I'm talking about shit like that. Those policymakers, those are the real liars. The president is sitting in the House. That's the real liar. Your governor is a liar. Your mayor is a liar. City council is a liar. But nobody talks about that. Shout out to the chat. And that's real. Good morning, Corey. Good morning. Good to see you. Happy holidays to you, sweetheart. Corey, one of my day ones. Thank you, Corey, so much for all your support and all your love, man. I miss when you used to hit the link and used to talk with so much clarity and so much sense, man. We got all these zombies over here, Corey. Sick of them. Tell you, man, it's ridiculous. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna show you another picture. We got clowns like that. We got clowns in the White House. We got clowns in Congress. We got clowns in the Senate. We got clowns in the courthouses. We got clowns in the police department. We got clowns and the fire department. We got clowns in the hospital system. We got clowns in the school system. We got clowns in the correctional officer industry, the ones that run the prisons. We got clowns everywhere and liars everywhere. Nobody talks about them. Yeah, that's the only thing I can do. But shout out to y'all for coming in. Simsay and Corey, and we got some ghost watchers. Yeah, man. Shoot. Sometimes when I'm standing outside, right? When I'm standing outside, this is just a clip from a short video I did last week. Yo, that's me waiting at the bus stop. And bus stops are hell, Corey. Them bus stops are hell. I was at the bus stop a few days ago downtown, right? And this dude, he was sitting on the bench with his friends, and he fell out because he got too drunk. And all his friends was up there panicking. They was screaming. It was chaos. They ain't know what to do. Nobody had a fucking phone. That's the thing that tripped me out. All these people sit around every fucking day. They got money to buy these cigarettes or their little 40 ounces of beer and their little liquors, and they sitting at the bus stop. But nobody had a fucking phone to call 911. Nobody. Shout out to the chat. Or they forgot they had a phone. Yeah, man. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this video. I want to thank everyone for coming in this morning. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you from the bottom of my Cape Verdean heart. I was able to get some stuff off my chest and speak freely from my heart. So shout out to all you for listening. Thank you for visiting with me this morning. It's been a pleasure. It will always be a pleasure. I will always love you. I will always be thankful. And I appreciate you. And I guess I'll see you guys later. If I don't see you anytime soon, or if you don't come back to visit anytime soon, happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Spend time with your family. Enjoy yourself. Be merry. Do what you gotta do. And I hope you have a happy New Year, a blessed New Year. Because we got this country, we got some issues and we got some problems. And it just seems like very few people want to talk about it. Some people do, some people don't. Some people are afraid to talk about it. They rather talk about having sex with a 50-year-old woman and trying to kill the woman, having sex with her. We got some really pitiful people in this sector. And it's sad and it's disheartening. We got grown motherfuckers who got children sitting on their stage in a fucking chair, got the camera on themselves, screaming into a microphone and talking about how much they want to fuck a woman and put her in the hospital, how much they dislike women. They're telling you to your fucking face. And a lot of the women that support these men like that, they support them. For what? For what? I'm out. See y'all later. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Simset. And shout out to those that was in the bushes. Thank you for your view. I appreciate you. I appreciate you visiting. I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate your support. Yo, shout out to all my subscribers, new and old. Shout out to my support team. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to some of my YouTube creators. I'm out. Peace. Good morning. Have a good day. Thank you for coming in.